Right, got my phone holder. I'll be able to do them a lot easier. What's going on up here? Oh God, what is it with you, mate? Why are you slowing down? Coming over, overtake me and slow down. Why? Right, so I've got my phone holder, so I ain't going to use that GoPro anymore. The GoPros are great, but you can't, you ain't going to get no efficiency out of it. I'll end up giving up. You know, I have to convert all the files into another file that YouTube is compatible with. It takes ages, and I ain't got any time at home, so I've got to do it all off my phone, which ain't too shabby. So, anyway, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Fucking phones, too long. So, yeah, we're going to get on to the memories of growing up in Brimsdown, Enfield. Right, so I'm going to go over the names again. There's me, Jock, my mates Darren and Wayne, who both went to my school and primary school. I knew him from Scouts. Steve Mason, who lived around the corner from me, I knew him from Scouts. That's the Brimsdown, that was Boneville, and then we have there was another lad, but I ain't going to mention him because we got rid of him ages ago. Yeah, they go over to Nobville, so they got DBN, Downboy Moon, Darren Moon. I was saying to say your name, you know, fucking gonna get you in trouble. I said, and he got Alboy, Al Sherwood, and he got Sav, and we all met at Scouts, 21st Enfield, at Carrat School, and we all became mates for life. Even though some of us went to the same schools and all that, that was basically what I refer to once in a group as like a core. It was like the core of it, like, you know. And then we met people along the way and all that. And yeah, we had a really, really good time growing up. Now, so someone messaged me the other day, Downboy Moon, and he's like put a big list of memories, and one of them was it's the roller skating era. So it's early 80s. I can't remember if it was 80 or 81. We're going to go 80 actually, because I started roller skating at Pickett's Lock, which was where the Michael Crawford video was shot. Like in Some Mothers Do Have Them, when he went under the Arctic and crashed in the Mothercare, went down the bridge, hanging on the bus, and the bus conductor gives him the ticket. You look it up on YouTube, those of you who ain't seen it or too young. Some Mothers Do Have Them. Have them with his AV, with a, you know, apostrophe, because that's how we speak. Did it, innit? Some mothers do have them, or have them. We didn't say it like that, we said have them. And his name was Michael Crawford, so look that up on YouTube if you're wondering where all this, and roller skate was very, very popular in Pickett's Lock Centre, which was a sports centre opened up by Prince Charles, and it's now been demolished, and they put a cinema there, and this was a long, long time ago, and they've got a new sports facility there, but it's for professional, like, well, they're not professional athletes, but athletes that compete on a very high level, like the Olympics and World Championships. Not the likes of us, but the Pickett's Lock Centre was for the likes of us. You could do roller skating, you could go swimming, you could go karate, squash, tennis, five-a-side football. They had a 9-hole golf course there that we used in the 80s as well, because we played golf, or tried to anyway. I used to slice all my balls up and get the fat stinking up and try not to lose my temper. I did, another story. So roller skating. So I used to go there on a Sunday afternoon, and we used to do them on a weeknight. I think there was 2 weeknights. We had a DJ and all that. We used to meet. So we had 2 schools in the area that we used to be popular with. was my school, Kingsmead, and my mate Sav's school, which was Ambrose Fleming, which had quite a reputation. That's Enfield College now. So we used to meet up there on whatever night of the week it was, and we had a bit of peace between the two schools because we all sort of came together. And we knew each other from Ponders End Youth Club as well, down South Street, which was an eye-opener going in there. But it was good though, I loved it. Yeah, and so right off the bat of that, we all got into skating. My two mates, Darren and Wayne, the brothers, they were brilliant at it because they was going way before I ever put a pair on. And when I did put a pair on, they used to push me over, didn't you? Yeah. So anyway, I did get a pair, but because my mum's 50, to say the least, I've got a second-hand pair of Beadle skates. Now, Beadle skates had a smaller diameter axle than the standard axle, which was a 1/4 inch size, I believe, but Beadles were a different size. So all the trucks were different. That meant the bearings were different, and lock nuts, I couldn't get any of them. So basically, I had like these wheels were called Veriflex. They were very hard. Bearing in mind that Pickett Stock Centre had a hard concrete floor with floor paint on it. And I got this second-hand pair of skates off the skate marshal there. Her name was Yvonne. My mother bought them for me, second-hand. Went round her house, get them and all that, you know. And I was grateful for them, but I didn't know about the axle difference. So basically, they were a pair of football boots with the skate plates. They were made of, I don't even know what they were made of, aluminium. I think they were made of steel. They were heavy, but they went like a rocket, these things. They were made for speed. I couldn't skate, I couldn't do it. But I did learn, and I've got my turns in it. And this was the fun bit. Now, these skates used to skid about because they were so hard. The harder the polyurethane that the wheels are made out of, the faster they went. They had less resistance, but you paid the price in grip. Now, they used to build up with all the crap used to build up on them. You used to get air wrapped around all your axles and you had to clean it all off of it. And I used to do all this, and we used to say boil your bearings in hot water. I used to take them out, boil them, put them out in a bit of oil, and they used to spin lovely, but they didn't have lock nuts on them. They had spring washers. Now I had to get the tension just right, or if I closed the spring washer right up, then it put too much friction on the bearing and the wheels wouldn't spin. So it was basically just a natch cocking off finger tight, which ain't really good enough when you're going around a roller skating rink like Alpha Leather, when it's boys only, going in the fast direction, which was anti-clockwise, and you're chasing your two mates who are brilliant at it, and you're in their shadow all the time. I had my stay pressed on from Sunday Market, not stay pressed, two-tone trousers. Nylon they were, so they were green and gold because we was into like the specials and all that. We had the two-tone, and I was going round, and I was in the middle of a turn, going as fast as I could go, yeah. And I looked because I felt a bit of instability on one of my feet. I think it was, I could still see it was my left foot, yeah. And I saw that my wheel had come off. And then it's all, you know, when things go in slow motion, when it's slow motion, and my axle dug in the ground, and I then inevitably went forward, straight on my knees, and burnt. I can't remember if it was 2 knees or 1, but because they were nylon, they melted because of the friction. It's brilliant. Like molten plastic stuck to my leg. That's the quality of the smutter, yeah, from Sunday Market. And I had a blister as well, like from the friction, and it was only fucking no, sorry, but I was quite proud of it, you know, because it was funny, and everyone was fucking hysterical. So we went roller skating quite often, and then all my mates they all got into it, and we got skates, and there was a Polish bloke who lived in Enfield, and he used to trade, he used to get all the wheels in from the States. It was Joe's, and he started out as a skateboard trader, parts and that, and he was still trading in his conservatory at the back of his house, and he eventually got a shop in Malvern Cross, which is just north of the M25, Enfield at 12 o'clock. And but we went in there. I mean, my mate Savvy was in there years before us with the skateboard stuff, and he was good at it, Sav, and he could do all the half pipe stuff. I mean, I could do it if it was longer, but I couldn't do it on a short one. I couldn't turn quick enough. But if it was long, I could do it. Northern Cross skate park. Oh god, that's another story. Anyway, that was in the 70s. That was fiberglass. I want to go on that one. Well, I want to finish this one off first. So, we all got a brand of wheels called Flex, and they were soft, and they were. And Joe convinced us you can go out in the streets with them, and they won't perforate like under with the stones. And he was right, they didn't. So we started going out on the streets. I've got a pair, of 8 wheels I needed. I had to get them for another present sometime later. And fuck me, something going over in the paper. Jesus, I don't even bleed driving fast. Nah, it's the road. It's not bleeding. Too paranoid. I would never hear it anyway. It's a trainer. Oh look, it's one of the lorries I used to drive for another firm. I won't say that. Anyway. I'm just going over the Dartford Bridge, if anyone's watching. But you can't see it because you're looking at me. Which ain't very nice. So, yeah, we had these wheels. Let's get over one. So I don't come up the inside. Nice and efficient. There we go. 40 mile an hour, variable speed. Oh dear. Wish I'd be CB, you know. Shout out, oi, on the bridge. All of London can hear you on a 100 watt burner. And then they go, alright, on the bridge, so bleeding, and then it all fades away again as you come down the other side. Then all the dossers are home on channel 19. Yeah, that's another story. CB, trucks. It's quite a lot of fun. Roller skate wheels, very flex. So, we used to all skate around the streets. Now, school holidays, it was great, especially when it was like summer. We was just charging around and all kinds of capers happened. Now, one of my mates, Dave Wisson, he had a Fizzy. And that's right, for people who don't know what a Fizzy is, it's a Yamaha FS1E. That is like its name. That is my old lorry. Went on to reach it. Yeah. What was it? Oh, that's a bit long. Anyway, so and it's a 50cc 2-stroke, and it used to do. They would do about. Well, they were officially a moped. They actually had pedals that you could disengage. The pedals had to turn, and to get the engine going. That was classified as a moped. If it didn't have pedals and it had footrest, it was a motorbike. So he had one of them. They looked like motorbikes, but they had the pedals. And then for worth a lot of money, it was yellow. And we was out in one of our streets, Cartwright Road, and we thought it would be a good idea to all hang on the back of Wisson's Fizzy. And the bloke whose idea, I think it was his idea, Stevie Mason's, he was the one who thought he was weren't pulling the short straw by grabbing hold of the I think he had a little subframe or a grab rail at the back of at the back of the bike. So he's hanging on to that. It's like a metal frame or top box holder. No, it wouldn't have been a top box holder, not with him. He was too cool for that. You Dave. And so Steve's grabbed hold of that, and we was all hanging on like doing a conga behind him. I can't even remember what position I was in. Probably at the back, now me. Because I could see the danger. I used to see the danger and everything. But the back would have been. Yeah. Anyway, so he started going, and whoever was second, and I got a feeling it was. Oh, no, I can't remember. It definitely weren't me. Let go, and there was loads of us. And Steve was then on the back on his own, and because of the power or weight ratio of a 50cc moped ain't really got much power. I mean, Christ, a 125s were restricted to 12 horsepower. Unrestricted, depending on what model they were. The LC used to go to about 18. So, a Fizzy, 6, 5, nothing. So say there was 8 of us, or 6 of us, or whatever. As soon as he let that second man let go, that thing took off, and it did. It went, and Dave's been Dave. He was a boy. He's gone through the gears. Poor old Steve got all too much for him. He let go and went into a massive speed wobble. Carnage. Broke both his arms, and he had like arms like that in like full casts. You know, and he was still at school. Pretty, you know, nasty old business. I mean, you know, he was in the right old state. We had to get his mum and dad out of the football club, come round, and then they took him out to the hospital, and you know, it was horrible really seeing him, mate, bashed out like that. But he was fucking funny as well. And because he had arms like that, I don't think he could reach, you know, with the old red tape. So I think his mum had to wipe his arms for him. That's what Darryl Moon told me the other day. So you take the blame now. You went to school with him. Anyway, so that's that one. I'll stop this. Shall I stop this one and crack on with 16 minutes? So now let's just keep the flow going. And then the other thing, we basically commandeered St James's Church as our own roller skating rink during the school holidays, because the door was open for the, you know, people to go in and pray to Jesus. So we went in, you know, to pray, and we were skating around the pews, and it was brilliant. So a stone floor, it was quite smooth, a little bit of paving in there, but nothing like out in the street. And we was racing, we played rollerball in there without the rollerball and the motorbikes. But it was all in our imagination. And then I went for a piss in the fucking, there was a public loo, God knows why, because it was full of fucking scumbags. And I was skating there, slashing all over the place. I can't aim straight, who gives a fuck? And then I came out, and as I come out, they go, oh, fucking hell, oh, what? I'm going, what? And they go, oh, don't go back in there, don't go back in there. I go, why, what's happened? They go, there's a ghost. I go, fuck off. He goes, yeah, he's playing the organ. And you can hear him. So everyone skated over. I'm going to hear, brrrr, like that. I'm thinking, fuck me, it's a ghost playing the organ. He's right, because we had the Enfield poltergeist just round the corner. This is literally round the corner, Green Street, Artford Road. Enfield poltergeist, all on in the papers, on the telly, had the book. So we was kind of like in tune with the spirit world, so to speak. Anyway, so I believed them. There was a ghost. Anyway, sort of tip your toes on your stoppers, to skates, and I'm going, hang about, that ain't a ghost. That's a fucking Bible on the organ. And they're all falling about laughing. They got the Bible stuck on the organ. Anyway, so the organ's on. Go on in there, we're playing. Because I had a little Casio tone, yeah? And it was tiny little keys. And we learned how to play Depeche Mode. I just can't get enough. Dun 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 dun. So we're on the fucking organ playing. I just can't get it. Everyone's dancing like this, playing it all in different octaves, yeah. And it was fucking hilarious, mate. It was pulling out all these stops, you know, the old church organs going. Anyway, we're getting away with all this. No one's stopping us. So then we found the bell ringing, mate. So we turned off the organ, put everything back, and someone climbed up on someone's shoulders, still with the skates on, and grabbed the rope. And that person was Steve Mason, because he was the one who broke his arms, because he was smaller than the rest of us. And so he got him something on his shoulders, and he grabbed it because it was tied off the rope. You know, it's got that fancy thick bit with all colours, and they pull it, and then they go and pull it. Anyway, it was just one bell, there weren't loads of them, and it's right up in the air, this ceiling, right, and I know on it. I've got nowhere of I. Oh, that was about 15 feet off this stone floor, yeah? This church was an old church. So we've got this thing, he's pulled it down, and then we're in a little ding, but it's not very regular. And then we're grabbing it and we're pulling it. Now, we've got it full extension because of the weight of this thing. It's a cast iron belt. Steve has grabbed hold of the rope and it's pulled him right up into the to the ceiling, and he smacked his head on the ceiling with his roller skates on and fell 15 feet on the floor. We were in hysterics. We just couldn't even get off the floor for laughing. It was just like we was all punch drunk. And of course, we're making a racket, so we had to get out of there, and we just got it in time. We come flying out on the skates. He's like that, and the Vic's coming out of the Vic. He says, "Oh, you boys leave!" You know, we're like, "Oh Christ, it was brilliant." It was. So that's that story. Roller skating. There's probably a few more tales you can put on the back of the roller skating era. Sorry. Let me think. Was there any other incidents? They're the ones that stick out. They're the main ones. There's probably were loads more, but nothing like on that level. They were fantastic. You know, seeing him go up. I mean, the speed. I mean, this cast iron belt was wrapping up like that. It's whoom, up in the air. It's got crack, and he's just dropped like a stone, like that, with his skates. So didn't break a bone or nothing. His bounce was alright. He got his O level. He's the only one of us who did. And God dear, you should have heard the bang when it hit when he hit the fucking ceiling. So it's like you just couldn't make this up. Seeing someone falling from that height with a pair of roller skates, and they mixed their colours up. He had orange and yellow wheels, and I just went all navy blue. I didn't think to mix them up because yeah. So I mean, anyway, I had my own style. They all had the same colours, and so I was, you know, maybe individualism. You know what I mean? What's that I mean for? I'll get my inspiration from the street. Yeah. So that was roller skating.